Hi guys, this is Dr. Frajana. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Like always, it's such an honor to connect with you. Today I want to talk about how to get out of the old version of you. How to get rid of the old version of you. The negative aspects, right? Of course you're beautiful. Of course you have an amazing soul. And you continuously be that person. But I'm talking about the old trauma-based or insecure, fearful, or whatever it may be that you struggle with, those negative old versions of you, right? Those old negative versions of you. How do you get it out of your system? How do you become a new version? How do you let go of things that hold you down? That hand-tied feeling. How do you get out of those ways of being that you have been subconsciously participating in for a very, very long time? How do you get out of it, right? So number one, you want to remind yourself that you are going to be here for a very long time. You are going to be here for a very long time. I'm talking not just on earth, but I'm talking about after you transition back to God, right? You're going to be here for a very long time. Think about it. Let's think heaven. Let's think really like way down. Let's think down the line. We're going to be here for a very long time, our soul, right? So it's retraining your brain and telling yourself like, hey, I'm going to be here for a very long time. And I don't want to be defined by my past anymore. I do not want to be defined by my trauma anymore. I do not want to be defined by my insecurities anymore. So reminding yourself that you're a beautiful soul that's going to be here for a very long time. And deciding how you want to live for the rest of your life. How do you want to live for the rest of your eternity? How do you want to be? Next, also reminding yourself that when you engage in that negative version of yourself, those negative habits that you've engaged, right? Those old negative versions that you've been just replaying or being on autopilot mode, right? Remind yourself like, hey, these emotions only hurt me. These emotions, this way of being, these responses, that how I respond to people, to circumstances in life only hurt me. And I don't want to be this way forever. I don't want to be defined by this forever. So again, realigning your mindset like, hey, I'm going to be here for a long time. And I no longer want to be defined by all of this nonsense anymore. I don't want to be that anymore. Also remember, if you think the same way and you feel the same way, your life is going to be the same, right? Think about it. You think the same way, you feel the same way, you engage in the same behaviors, your life is going to be the same way, right? That's important to acknowledge as well, right? Step back and say, oh, wait, that's absolutely true. Of course, situations are going to happen. But how do you not get into those old habits? How do you not get into that old negative version of you? How? Reminding yourself like, hey, situations are going to happen. Life unfoldings are going to happen. It's not personal, right? It's not that I'm not going to react. I'm obviously going to react. I'm going to have an emotion, right? I'm going to process it, but then I'm going to remind myself, hey, how long do I want to stay in this emotion? How long will I react to this situation or this circumstance? How long will I react to this situation or circumstance? Right? And then when you do react or when you are feeling those emotions and you're processing it, just pull yourself a little bit out of it and watch yourself and say, am I using this person to reaffirm my conditioning? Am I using this circumstance at work to reaffirm my conditioning of overwhelm? Am I using this loved one to reaffirm my conditioning of insecurity, victim mentality, right? People overwork me. You have to stop and think, wait. Me just replaying this dialogue within in my mind is just going to reaffirm my conditioning, right? Those emotions, right? That I've been subconsciously tied to for a very, very long time. Reminding yourself that. Next, right? throughout your day. As you're going throughout your day, ask yourself and watch and say, let me be aware of how I am feeling in my life right now. How am I thinking throughout the day? How am I behaving throughout the day? Watch yourself. And then say to yourself, wait, do I really want this junk in me? Do I really want this junk in me? No, if I'm going to be here for a long time, I really don't want this junk in me. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I can decide to have a grateful life or a miserable life, right? Reacting to everybody around me, what everybody says, what everybody doesn't do, or, they do. It's just a miserable way of living, right? And if you're going to be here for eternity, how do you really want to live? Swayed by everybody's emotions? Swayed by circumstances? Something to really think about. And then after you do this, as you're going about your day, ask yourself, what thoughts do I want to think? How do I want to feel? Right? And then consciously deciding, like, wait, if I'm going to be here for eternity, right? Be it on earth, transitioning to God, wherever I am, wherever my soul, my energy, right? My energy goes or is at right now at the moment. I'm going to be here for eternity. I'm going to decide that, hey, I'm going to have emotions. I'm going to process them, but I'm going to decide how long I'm going to react to the situation and how, right? I'm going to then ask myself, how do I want to think? How do I want to feel? And feel those emotions and put and think positive thoughts, right? So instead of saying, I don't want to be frazzled today. I don't want to, identifying it clearly. I don't want to be frazzled today. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want to be hurt by other people's actions. How do I want to feel? Oh, okay. I want to feel abundant. I want to share my creative juices throughout my day today. I want to engage in good deeds. I want to be grateful for the life I do have and the life that I am creating. I want to impact. And that's what you start feeling and retraining your body and mind to be in that state versus, oh no, this person hurt me. Oh no, he did this. Oh no, my supervisor isn't doing that and they're doing this. Listen, people usually, you can predict their actions, right? You know the probable actions of certain people in your life because you've known them for so long. You know the probable action. You know what they do when they're stressed. You know what they do when they feel overwhelmed. Some of them take it out on you. Some of them take it out on the staff, whatever it may be, right? You know the probable action. So don't get swayed by it. Don't get swayed by it, right? You can say, pop, pop, pop. I don't want this junk inside of me. I don't want other people's garbage inside of me. I don't want other people's garbage inside of me. I don't want life circumstance unfoldings that are not personal inside of me. I don't want garbage inside of me. Simple. And you go about your day. All right, guys? So again, getting out of that old version of yourself isn't always easy. It's like a rubber band and an elastic band. You go back really quickly to those negative habits, negative ways of thinking, right? Negative ways of responding, negative ways of absorbing it. That's another one. Negative ways of absorbing it. Because many of us absorb it and carry it with us throughout our day, throughout our week. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because challenges will come. Be it through people, be it through circumstances, be it through life unfoldings. It's going to be there. But just see challenges as like, oh, okay, this is another way for me to practice spirituality. This is another way to practice greatness. This is another way to practice resilience, right? This is another way to practice letting go. Because every time you let go of the nonsense, you become more powerful. Every time you let go of the nonsense, whichever venue it comes through, right? Whatever avenue it comes through, it is making you more powerful. Okay? Do not underestimate the circumstances that are unfolding. Do not underestimate the people stuff. Because all of it is part of the journey to greatness. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Dr. Virjana.